As a young man, Montgomery County's first African-American executive barely had enough money to get into college. And once in, Isiah Leggett had to find ways to stay. I'm MCM reporter Doug Tallman. As Leggett prepares to leave the office of county executive, I spoke with him about his college days and how, when his finances failed, people stepped in to help.
Even though I had gotten in college that first semester, I still didn't have enough money actually to get through school for the entire year. So I decided to go down to see my state senator, Senator Isiah R. Blair, who represented our parish, and got an opportunity to see him and talk to him about getting one of his scholarships, because the members, as it here in Maryland, they have these, what they call scholarships they give out. And I walked in and asked him for a scholarship. He looked at me incredulous. He said, "I don't think that I've ever given scholarships at that school, and I'm not sure that I will give you one." And he said, "No." I left dejected, disappointed, and I tried to explain to him that my older sister and brother had worked on his farm. That I think my father had probably even voted for the guy, but he told me no. However, 3 weeks later, someone called me to the business office and they said, "Senator Blair has given you a scholarship." And they were surprised. I was surprised. I never forgot it. Now, he gave me that scholarship, I think, because it was like, get this kid out of my office. He's a nuisance. I don't want to be bothered. Nothing's going to come of this, but I'm going to give him the scholarship anyway. So I had these two scholarships. One from the church, where people gave everything that they could. It was $12. That was given out of love and an expectation of success. I never wanted to disappoint them. Mm-hmm. The other one from Senator Blair was given almost out of spite, not believing that I could do anything and be successful. I wanted to demonstrate to him that I could. So in many ways, I've been propelled by these two scholarships. One, to show the people how grateful I am for what they did. And the other was to demonstrate to Senator Blair. That I was worthy.
Do you think you're worthy of those two scholarships?
Well, I've tried to live up to them. In many ways, I think that I am. By the end of my senior year, I was the president of the student body. I was the head of the ROTC brigade. And Doug, what that meant, that I was the leader of two opposing sort of groups on campus. On one hand, I'm demonstrating against the war, about civil rights and so forth. And the other, I'm leading the troops in march around the campus in military uniform. I had both positions simultaneously and was able to balance those okay. What that meant...
How'd you do that, though?
I don't know, but I did. So when people ask me today, well, how are you able to deal with the council, the legislative branch, and all of these other things simultaneously? I was doing it many years ago as a 20, 21-year-old kid back in college.
It's one thing to be a member of the ROTC. It's another thing to go into the Army, go overseas, get promoted to captain. That must have been, I would think that you've got a similar yin and yang there, where you're being pulled in two directions.
One of the few people I saw growing up that garnered this sort of respect as an African American was African Americans in uniform. So I had that vision in my mind. So I participated in our ROTC program and excelled. I'm forever grateful for the military. I think that it enhanced my leadership skills. It gave me an opportunity to be a leader of diverse people at a time when there were few opportunities. And the military is very good at that. They did not hesitate of putting me in a leadership position and had high expectation for success.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I guess you got out with the GI Bill, which helped pay for
law
school.
Yeah, it certainly did.
And that was Howard.
Yes, Howard University Law School.
And you're back at Howard.
Well, I was back at Howard 2 years after I graduated from Howard. I came back to teach there because I'd done so well at law school. By the time I got to law school, I had the confidence, I had the leadership backing, I was prepared. There were no encumbrances in terms of needing monies or resources and all of those things. And so I could devote myself academically in a way with a freedom that really was quite remarkable. And so going through law school, I literally sailed through law school. I enjoyed it immensely and did very well, finished at the top of my class and so forth.
Okay. So in the classroom, was it again, the other students weren't ready for the one chapter and you finished the book, or?
No, law school was a little bit more competitive. There were quite a few very, very good people in law school in a competitive situation. But my readiness and preparation for it, I think, was maximized by the time I got to law school.
So talk to me about your law career. What's the case that you are most proud of?
Well, law school is a combination. Things that I'm most proud of are the students that I taught. Proud of because I had an opportunity to help mold some of the leaders that we see today. And that we're in fact working with those men and women who I helped train. Colleague that I'm working with, Rashawn Baker, is a student. Former Mayor Adrian Fenty. We've had a number of members of the DC City Council, 4 members of the General Assembly, all people that I've taught. Isiah in Prince George's County running for state's attorney. All of these were my students. And so it has been looking at students who are either practicing law, many who are judges, many who are in various positions in the legal community today, that I think reflect a lot of what I see. And so a good teacher oftentimes views success through the eyes of the students and the progress that they make in our society.
Stay connected to your community with MCM. Watch the entire Leggett Legacy series on mymcmedia.org.